Most people are living their lives as prisoners, but they don't realize they are the ones who handed over the key to their cell. Think about it. When someone insults you, you get angry. When someone ignores you, you feel worthless. When someone leaves you, your world collapses. Do you see the pattern? You have given the remote control of your emotions to people who might not even care about your well-being. You are waiting for their input to decide if you should feel happy or sad today. But what if I told you that there is a secret place within you, a golden chamber that no one can enter unless you let them? Today I will share with you a story of an ancient master, a golden lock, and a lesson in self-sufficiency that will ensure you never have to beg for happiness ever again. If you feel exhausted by the world's expectations, this story is for you. Deep in the misty mountains lived an old sage known for his unshakable peace. One day, a wealthy merchant traveled weeks to find him. The merchant was successful, famous, and rich, but his face was lined with deep sorrow. He bowed before the sage and said, "Master, I have everything, yet I am a slave. When my business prospers, I am high. When it fails, I am devastated. When my friends praise me, I feel like a king. When they criticize me, I cannot sleep. My happiness is like a leaf blown by the wind. Please tell me how to find a peace that lasts." The sage didn't answer immediately. Instead, he led the merchant to a small, dusty room at the back of his temple. In the center of the room sat a magnificent chest made of solid gold, but it was sealed with a heavy, rusted iron lock. "Inside this chest," the sage whispered, "is the secret to eternal contentment. But there is a problem. I gave the key to a traveler who passed by 10 years ago. I'm waiting for him to return so I can open it." The merchant was shocked. "Master, you are a wise man. How could you give the key to your greatest treasure to a complete stranger? What if he never comes back? What if he loses it? What if he uses it to mock you?" The sage smiled gently. "Precisely. And yet this is exactly what you do every single day." The merchant stood in silence as the realization hit him. The sage continued, "Your heart is that golden chest. Your peace, your joy, and your self-worth are the treasures inside. But every time you seek validation from others, you are handing them the key. You are saying, 'Here, you decide if I am valuable today. You decide if I am allowed to be happy.' But the problem with giving your key to others is that people are inconsistent. They have their own shadows, their own moods, and their own agendas. If you depend on their praise to feel good, you will inevitably depend on their silence to feel miserable. True self-sufficiency is not about being cold or isolated. It is about building a golden chamber within yourself. It is the realization that your value is inherent. It is a fixed cost, not a variable based on the market of public opinion. Think of the sun. The sun doesn't wait for the flowers to thank it before it shines. It shines because that is its nature. When you achieve self-sufficiency, you become the sun. Whether people enjoy your warmth or complain about the heat, you remain unchanged. So how do you take back the key? It starts with 3 realizations. First, accept the mirror illusion. What people say about you is rarely about you. It is a reflection of their internal world. If someone is filled with bitterness, they will spill bitterness on you. Why should you let their internal mess ruin your internal temple? Second, Practice the pause. Between an event and your reaction, there is a space. In that space lies your power. When someone tries to take your peace, stop, breathe, remind yourself, I hold the key. I do not grant permission for this person to change my state of mind. Third, fill your own cup. We often seek happiness from others because we are empty inside. Invest in your growth, your silence, and your soul. When you are full, the opinions of others become like raindrops on a solid roof. They make noise, but they cannot get inside. The merchant left the mountains that day without the physical key, but with a heart that felt lighter than ever. He realized the chest wasn't actually locked. He had just forgotten that he was the one who designed the lock in the first place. Your happiness is a sacred responsibility. It is too precious to be left in the hands of neighbors, coworkers, or even friends. Lock your golden chest from the inside and keep the key in your pocket. Be kind to everyone, but be a slave to no one. Because the moment you stop looking for yourself in the eyes of others, you will finally find the person you were always meant to be. If this story touched your soul, remember to protect your peace today. Leave a comment below with the word guardian if you are reclaiming the key to your happiness today. Be mindful, be silent, be free.